Howdy whams. We're going to be talking about causes and effect. Cause and effect and the ability to read a cause and effect chart or create one is very important for star testing and your understanding of all forms of testing, because ultimately you have to know what one thing caused the other, not just that it happened. It's not just facts, it's understanding causality. Okay, so we're going to be completing a chart today, and I'm going to give you a free example on this, which you're welcome to use, but it won't give you everything. So right now we're trying to find what the final result, we already have our final result. We already know that at some point the Americans are going to want to rule themselves, and we know the American colonists are going to seek independence because of this, which leads to the war for independence and ultimately the United States government. So we know they eventually want to throw away England's rule and establish their own people in charge. So we've got to get here and we have to know what caused it. So we're going to go into our Cornell notes. In our Cornell notes for the origins of self-government, we can tell that there's going to be, based on the article, I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to want at least 6 causes for independence in the American Revolution based on this article. You will do a limited amount of this, and I will give you partial credit, so do the best you can. If you can't figure out all 6, that's totally okay. It's better you submit a few than submit nothing, because I will give partial credit for this. So I'm going to pick one for an example, and I'm going to go to the English Bill of Rights, and I'll even give you this for free. The term is Civil War. So the English were big on constitutions because of a previous civil war that resulted in the English Bill of Rights, which is just like the Bill of Rights we have. A Bill of Rights just means it's a list of things that the king or the government cannot arrest you or hurt you for doing, because it's certain things that regular English peasants, or in our case, U.S. citizens, can get away with no problem, where it's our right to do so. Okay, so we know there was an English Civil War and that it established an English Bill of Rights. So we know that that would have led to stuff. So as I was stating earlier, we have a English Civil War and a Bill of Rights for English citizens that became normal in the colonies. So I have to represent that on this chart. So first, the primary cause or event is the English Civil War, or actually the English Bill of Rights. Don't even worry about the Civil War here. So we're going to say English Bill of Rights. Okay, and with our English Bill of Rights, we're going to put that little sticky note right here. And that is going to be our first cause. Remember, there should be about 6 of these, so it's going to look a little bit like this. Now we know we got to ask, what does that cause? Why is that a big deal? Having a Bill of Rights does not mean immediate independence. So ultimately what that's going to cause is that's going to cause the English, we'll say English citizens are used to having rights. And that's the truth. If they have a Bill of Rights from the very beginning, that means that English citizens are already used to being able to do certain things or to have certain freedoms, which means that if the British Crown ever tries to stop their freedoms for some reason, they're going to be angry because they already have it. So being used to this is the big deal. All right, so we know that the English Bill of Rights caused the English citizens to be used to or feeling common that they have rights. So we're going to go ahead and use an arrow, as always, to show the causation. So that shows us that the English Bill of Rights causes the English to be used to having rights. Now, they're used to having rights means that they are going to want to eventually rule themselves or to make up their own rights. So that's one example for you guys. The English Bill of Rights led to, that's what the arrow is, or caused the English citizens to be used to having rights. And that is going to lead them to want to rule themselves and establish their own rights as their own citizens. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget, you still have 5 more causes to create, what those caused, and how that caused the final result. Look forward to seeing your work.